Welcome to the Red Cup. We back at the One Lounge, man, you know, with West Trade. Got my man Malcolm Battle over here, man, Coach Battle. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about this coaching on and off the court, man. These Ward 7 young fellas, man. My man JB, man Kenny West, the true vegan. We held up tonight, man. We had to wait in that Burger King line for that Impossible Burger, man. So we apologize for that, man. You know, we had to wait with Impossible Burger, man. But we got my man MB on here tonight, man, to talk about, you know, just coaching these inner city kids. But first of all, I wanted to ask you, what made you start coaching, Bob?
A week before school started, I got called into the office. So they had changed some of our positions because Chavez had some school closures. They went from 4 campuses to 1. Of course, with that, you know, they didn't need all the athletic components. So initially, they had changed our jobs from athletic directors to dean of student positions. Next thing I know, I was told that there had been a shortage in students that had re-enrolled back in school. They didn't meet their number, and they had to let a position go. And my position was one of those positions. But they still gave me the autonomy, or if you want to coach, you can, because they didn't want to lose kids, X, Y, and Z. I chose not to. You know, you couldn't give me a position in the building, sustaining my job and my livelihood. I wasn't interested in coaching basketball anymore. The funny thing is, after me and you talked about coming on the show this week, I wake up this morning, and the job that I initially had, I signed a contract for, it's posted on Indeed.com, but I mean, that's a whole nother conversation.
It's over.
You didn't have enough students for the job, so how's the job now available and taking resumes for?
Shit, that brings me back to our last conversation we had when you told me what happened. And I said on the break, I said, man, I didn't think of somebody in that motherfucking building that was hating. You know what I'm saying, what was going on, the great thing, all the attention you was bringing to the school. You know what I'm saying, guys come back and talk to the kids, take care of the kids, pros come and work out. Had to be somebody in that building, Slim, that was on some bullshit.
I mean, a lot of the dudes that follow the show, but a lot of other things, working in education is very ego-driven. You know, the more stuff you have on your wall, the more doctorates and masters, the more you think it becomes about you and not about the school that you're serving. So, I mean, that very well could be true. I can't say, and there's nobody here to defend themselves, so I you know, it would only be my opinion, but it doesn't make any sense. The job wasn't open, and now the job is open. I mean, one could led to believe, like, what exactly was going on. But when I go back and think about things, I probably was, it was their way of, you know, getting a little too big for your britches, questioning certain things in regards to academia in the building, questioning certain narratives that were happening in regards to community violence. Basically, like, you're a basketball coach, you asking too many questions about other things that don't impact your day-to-day livelihood, when in actuality, that's not true. Because that's our neighborhood, that's our community, you know, so I would hope the people that I'm working with would care just as much as we would, but again, that's not always the matter. We have a lot of people, education, big business, huge business. I think we was talking about that the other day. There's 7 or 8 high schools in Ward 7. Ward 7, you got 7 or 8 high schools in.
Including them charter schools and
charter schools and DCPS included. We have.
How many charter schools in Ward 7?
High schools?
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Chavez, Friendship, Idea. Then you have Ron Brown, Woodson, Bard.
So enlighten me right now, because I don't know, is Ron Brown considered charter?
No, Ron Brown is, yes.
I didn't change all this motherfucking shit, man. I don't
Charter's
know.
always been around like this.
Nah,
talk us back. So with the whole charter thing, walk us back. Like, what's the whole premise of how that was born or whatever, and then
so it was born under the umbrella. It was born under the umbrella of DCPS supposedly wasn't doing a job educating this community. It's privatized education, basically, for profit.
For profit, to make
For
money.
profit,
To
yes,
make money.
absolutely.
All
Chavez is owned by a company called Cisco. It's a for-profit organization. And you know, as we was talking before the show, so each jurisdiction, like we in PG County. PG County has an LEA. LEA is the local educational agency for that area. PG only has one LEA, PG County Public School System. DC has 60-something LEAs. So Kurt Smith Charter School is his own LEA. James Bryson Charter School is his own LEA. Chavez is his own LEA. DCPS is his own LEA. But every charter school is his own LEA. And, you know, that means there's 60-something different sets of rules.
Dang.
They don't all follow the same, you know.
So you kind of, okay, police yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it is. And so, you know, you disseminate information how you want. You kind of can skew numbers how you want. I mean, it's
How they make money? You said for profit. So how? Like
every kid in the seat is everybody in the seat is $1 amount.
I got it.
So if you're a regular ed kid, you don't have an IP or anything, then there's a per pupil capital for you. And then you got an IP, and then depending on how stacked your IP is,
The more money,
the more money.
And that's from the government.
Yeah, like that money is
Allocated.
It's allocated. That's
Got
right.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they getting the money off the kids.
Fact. I ain't playing with you. Education, big business, you know?
So
Oh,
then,
yeah, definitely knows it's big
So
business.
how
I'm not. I mean,
how has the evolution of it been? Someone when you first started there to up into present day, has it always been the same or change? Clearly, it's been changed. So how?
I mean, because we sitting there talking basketball, right? Well, we talking about this stuff, but the premise of this show is basketball. So I know one of the things that me and Kurt, and I know the last time I was on the show, we went back and forth with some of the people on this timeline of watching the show. Hoops looks terrible, right, in DC. I don't go to the games because the games look terrible, but then you have to factor in it's 22 charter high schools in the city, and it's 15 or 16 DCPS high schools. And it's 38 high school teams without private or parochial schools,
Got it.
right? It ain't that many kids in the city playing basketball, so it's
Right.
going to look diminished. But I mean, we literally can sit here on our phones and start the application process for a charter school.
Wow.
Big business, and sadly, most of them are wards 5, 6, 7, and 8.
So when you talking about the LEA, who regulates that? Is that just the straight principal? Or is it?
School regulates that.
So charter got their own shit.
They got their own.
rules.
They got their own. Like, if I open Malcolm Battle Charter School and I'm my own LEA, I can decide we ain't giving out grades. Everybody's eligible to play schools.
That's your rule.
That's my rule.
I dig it.
So how does that work with the charter schools? They do play against in-house schools, right?
Yeah. You're supposed to follow rules, but I mean, who's to say? Because I can't tell you. So DCPS, all this stuff flows downtown to DCIAA office. We don't have that type of autonomy in the charter school. So it's almost like there's got to be some honor among thieves. I trust that
So
you're doing the right thing.
does charter school actually have an office?
No.
Hey, we gotta excuse my man Wes, man. Hey,
Find that motherfucking meeting. I gotta do it abroad. Come on,
as you can see, man, we can get back on something right now, man. We just finalized a deal with Kenny Westray and We Are One, man. You can come and get your We Are One gear. I mean your Red Cup gear in the We Are One store, man. Yeah, no blue. He has all sizes, all colors and everything, man.
No blue.
No blue.
No blue.
white
We gotta say that. You know what I'm
No
saying?
blue.
And we got to shout out to my man, my cameraman, John Juju King tonight. He's sitting by the onesies. We got onesies also. He's sitting right by one. I think he'll take one home tonight and wear it for mom.
man. You crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, but let's get back to the charter school situation, though, Malcolm. Do you think that fucked the whole shit up, talent-wise, like in the high and all that? Because there's so many schools and kids just going anywhere right now in DC public schools.
I think it had a hand in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'll take our situation in Chavez on two different levels.
Mm-hmm.
One, take Spingarn, which we pull a lot of kids from in that Mayfair Kenilworth area.
When they close.
Where they ended up closing down due to low enrollment.
Mm-hmm.
You probably got 400 kids in Chavez that would be Spingarn.
Exactly.
How does that look if those kids are going to Spingarn from a school standpoint? How does that look for Spingarn if Marquis Mazik, Malcolm Clark, Larry Mazik, and those guys were at Spingarn, or if the twin they went to Elizabeth City, they went to Anacostia with his brother, like it changed the economy and everything. Jacob and Khalif would be H.D. Woodson kids on that mob that went 34-0.
Right.
So yeah, that, I mean, absolutely, it hurts. Even to the point that I had a conversation yesterday with a brother that it hurts some private schools. It hurts my alma mater. There are a lot of kids that will probably be Curl kids that have these charter schools.
And I think Mike Powell doing a good job of it too. And
yes, yeah, I would agree.
And you got to take into consideration with these. I still think I said this plenty of times in the show. I think these parents, man, are really, really, really not being heavily involved with decision making as far as like what I'm saying, like kind of underestimating these public schools and charter schools, like think that they're not good for their kids, whatever. But at the same time, you got sometimes private schools not good for your kid also.
I mean, how many kids you see? I mean, we talk about like on the college level, they talking about the transfer portal, right? Motherfuckers is transferring left and right. You see that a lot, even with the whole, especially the private school shit, where overzealous parents might think their kid could play on that level. You know what I'm saying? And
it's the age.
And no disrespect to the private schools, but that is a certain level to a certain extent at this day and age. And kids don't make it, and then they transferring, and
it's a ton of transferring, but part of it is like, they send the information over to Marcus at DMV Illegal, right? And so he has the transfer list for high schools in the area. And for some of the kids, it's their parents. I won't just say the kids, it's their 5 seconds of fame. Like, that might be the only knowledge you're ever made of is that you're on this transfer list. You're not going to be in anybody's article or something like that. That's no slight to them, but let me announce I'm leaving to go from here to there.
I mean, how many times you seen a kid go to a private school and average 1.1 point a game, and after going from maybe a public and then going back to the public, after going private.
I've seen that before.
I've seen it happen.
Public, private, public.
Yeah, I've seen it happen.
And private, then public.
Yeah, but it's
private, then public.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But it's fucked up because of the simple fact that you're doing all this movement, right? And, okay, so what is your reason for doing the movement? That's one. So then you got parents say, oh, the education is this. Then you send them right back to the public school. No, you doing that shit because, for one, some of these motherfuckers just sorry as a motherfucker. It's about basketball.
That's the real shit, though.
Okay, you go from motherfucking just H.D. Woodson to the Mather, but you complaining your reason for leaving H.D. because of the academic part. Then you go to the Mather
for the hoop part.
For the hoop part. It's really for the hoop shit. But your excuse to people why you leave, you know what I'm saying? Academics.
But
then you go there,
and you
got the academics, but you ain't getting no playing time. Now I'm gonna transfer my kid back to motherfucking Roosevelt, some motherfucker.
Which goes all the way back to our point.
That's some stupid ass shit.
But if I come in a parent house, right?
You get what I'm saying?
No, I understand
but what about the kid that don't make it on
the
kid don't make it on the fucking academic tip or the motherfucking hoop tip?
But
you know what I'm saying?
They
go that bitch fail academically and athletically.
But then on the outside, as a public or a charter school, I'm gonna just speak from my perspective, I can't speak for any other charter or public schools, then we have to do our part. You can't have 4 long-term substitutes in core classes.
Long term, damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like
So shortage of teachers.
shortage of teachers. There's too many schools. It ain't enough teachers for all these schools. But so now I'm asking parent X to trust me with their kid, and then I'm walking your kid and your math teacher's a substitute, your science teacher a substitute. So you giving them carte blanche to use the academic piece as a problem. You know, and now we talking about maybe a substitute with a teacher. I mean, a substitute is teaching the class, and Malcolm might have an IEP as long as your she don't know that. She just throwing me work. She throwing me packets of work. I'm throwing them work back at her. I can't even read this. But she doesn't have, you know, she's not privy to his IEP. It's just it's days I kind of understood why parents do it. It was days I'm like, that's not a bad, that's gonna be a bad move. To each his own though, but I get both sides of it. Like I can't explicitly say it's not a good move for everybody. But I do know, and again, just speaking from where I was at and the things that went on, we have to carry our own weight. We can't ask a parent to trust us with their kid and then we give them the bare minimum. Because my argument was always, parents don't know nobody else, they know me, because I was the one that came to second house and said, send your child to me. Trust me with your greatest commodity, your child. Now your child getting the bare minimum, that's a conversation, we got another conversation.
So a lot of people got their own opinion about that, but in terms of like the neighborhood, I mean, just think about clearly what you've done for the neighborhood. I mean, just truthful.
So I know.
How is that going to be for you? Just like, I guess it's like moving forward, not being able to like.
Oh, I miss it already. I miss it already. I mean, you can't. I don't. You know, I've had some people like, hey, move forward, and I'm like thinking to myself, sound good in theory, but I've been there 15 years.
What you miss about it?
I miss. You see the impact you have on a place. You see.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I miss about it. You being down there, them fat ass motherfucking parents coming out of that motherfucker.
You talking about the
that.
woo?
Yeah, I miss that part. Just seeing them. Nah, I'm bullshitting with you.
Wow.
I'm bullshitting and not bullshitting because they all fat down that motherfucker. That's that Ward Selma ass.
Okay, this just went way.
No, I'm bullshitting though, but for real, like, what do you really miss about it? Like your passion as far as like,
I miss my kids.
Is it the on the court, in the gym situation, or just in general, just being around the youth?
They could have.
And knowing you help them.
If they'd have called me in the office and said, hey, we think we need to go in another direction coaching, but we still want you to work doing SST case management and all the other stuff, I'd have been fine. Like, I didn't go there to coach. Like, coaching didn't define what I was doing. I mean, it's people like myself. And,
oh, I know that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I
So
definitely did.
that coaching thing wouldn't have. I ain't coaching no more. I'll go do something else with basketball. But I miss working with the kids every day. Like, because I just know there's a lack of men in those buildings that care about them kids.
Yeah, the motherfuckers, and they're scared of the motherfucking kids, though. That's how I look at it.
I mean, as well they should. As well they should. But when you're at school and student A got a bunch of trauma and you clearly have it documented, but you don't get him those services, he gonna be a menace. He gonna be a menace.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but again, you have money on the books to do stuff like that and you don't do it, that falls back on the school. If I know Kurt walking in and he's seen his brother get killed during the summertime, why would I not offer him services coming into the building? Why would I think he's just going to be out on his own?
That's absolutely 100%.
But that happens.
So basically what I'm getting out of this charter school is about getting money. I mean, I'm just saying from the points you're making, it just seems like they just worrying about kids enrolling in school.
So they want enrollment.
They talking numbers.
Again, there's going to be. I can't speak for every charter school. I can't speak for most charter schools.
Every charter school got their own LEA.
They their own deal. So I can't. Right. I won't sit here on social media and say they do the same thing. I'm just saying, if Kurt is the principal, because I had 15 years, I had 11 principals. So Kurt is the principal in 2010.
Yeah, what?
11 principals in 15 years at Chavez.
That one motherfucking school?
Yeah.
That's a lot of attrition, bro.
So these principals leave, do they move on or they just get?
Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, what are they doing?
It depends on what was going on. But the point I was making with the change in the leadership is, you might come in the building with an initiative or a mindset of, we're going to attack this trauma. We're going to attack this mental health piece with these kids because we know this is a huge issue for these kids in Ward 7 and Ward 8.
Mm-hmm.
You leave. For whatever reason, you're not there anymore. He come in. He attacking test scores and data. We'll deal with the trauma and grief stuff later on, if at all.
Like that's mediocre. Then, like we ain't worry about that. Like we know that's gonna happen. Like
we need that. We need these data. We need this data.
That's what they about money. That's basically. Come on, Malcolm. Don't come on this motherfucker with this political.
All right, man.
This political Ernesto bullshit.
You can decipher what you want.
That's what I'm saying.
You can imply from what I'm saying.
Right.
Your own thoughts.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, man. No, because I'm thinking, okay, could you imagine the Chavez school, right, in the 80s, 70s, 80s, or whatever, in the 80s, let's say in the 80s, with it's being right there in that neighborhood, a high school right there in there where they can just walk, but at the same time, you have people working in the school that these kids gonna respect. Because the people in the building gonna make sure, motherfucker, y'all ain't going for this bullshit. Blase. You know, yeah, I live right on the corner too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know your mother and your uncle and all them.
I grew up just like this too.
Just me?
I mean, you dig what I'm saying?
Just me, just outside looking at. These motherfucking schools hiring the wrong people, man. I think they just hiring the wrong people. They hire motherfuckers. Say, I'm gonna get this check. Regardless of what these kids do, I'm good. I might be old school, but I mean that shit wasn't happening, man. You take a school like Kelly Miller back in the day, Mr. Moten. This motherfucker had Clay Church, Lincoln Heights, Eastgate, Benham Park. He had to deal with all that shit. 50, he had all that.
Rough ass neighborhood.
It wasn't a problem. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like no little problems. In that school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And after 3, mother might walk up the street. You don't know what's going on. But in that little shit like that, it wasn't no.
It was all love.
Niggas wasn't getting disrespectful. Right. You know what I'm saying? Niggas were. That's respect and love I got for you. What you was doing up Chavez. I'm not there every day. I'm not there every day. I just don't see the times I was up there. I didn't see nobody like putting on that aggressive situation for them kids, like no nonsense.
Well, it was right, but one of the things that you ended up falling into was, so for instance, our disciplinary staff one year was all men. They looked like they were football players, and so when I started observing it, I started thinking to myself, so this is what we're doing now. So we're going to take the black male and we're going to make him the bounce in the building. We ain't going to give him no tools to kind of like de-escalate situations. You want them to be overly aggressive, loud, can't talk, de-escalate the situation verbally, no tact training, none of that stuff. Like, they were just brutes. And I'm telling some of the young brothers, man, look, you here, you need to steal some information from these people on how to better be equipped to do your job so you get up out of here. Because right now, it just got you being the big black nigga.
That shit don't work.
Nah, because guess
these
what?
In
this day and age,
keen,
when you aggressive with them youngers, they gonna be right back aggressive with you.
And that's what I'm saying. But the kids, because they grew up faster a little bit, they keen too. They know what the fuck time it is. They know a time when somebody fake a phony and somebody like, you know.
What you mean? I just want to know what you mean by growing up faster. How do they grow up faster?
I just think
it can't be mentally.
No, I'm just thinking because it's just they got access to shit to make them They just more aware.
They grow up a little faster.
They grow a little
No,
faster than us.
How? I mean, I'm just give me a better.
Social media.
So the media, the internet,
access
it's
to
just
internet,
it's a
the
rack of
Does
shit.
social media make you grow up though?
No, it makes you think you're growing up. It makes you think
Right,
that
You
you
exposed to
saying
more
growing up.
shit. You exposed to shit
Exposed is
earlier.
better.
Right.
That's what I mean. You
No,
expose to shit earlier, which makes you.
Does that is that growing up though?
No.
But
Nah.
mentality.
Do you get what I'm saying? That I don't think that's growing up.
I think that kids nowadays
Growing
know
up
what
is
time
growing up is figuring shit out, not looking shit up. Meaning, cause they doing it, or I'ma do it.
Man, you
or-
can grow up on YouTube, yo. All you gotta do is
No,
how to grow
no,
up.
that's
on
not
YouTube.
growing up.
And the motherfucker
Okay, let me
gotta grow
ask you.
up.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this.
Shit different now.
Let me ask you this. Is it called growing up, or just is it lack of common sense? Because you got to think nowadays, kids can't figure shit out on their own, because everything is in them phones. For
Thank
them.
God Google.
That's not growing up to me. That's lack of common sense. If I call you, if I say Malcolm, what's your address? Where you live at? Whoa. Back in the day, you gonna say, man, boom. I'm not gonna announce your address. That's a no blue. You know what's that? That's
4569 B Street Southeast.
okay.
Man.
I thought it was another street.
Nah, we're gonna use my first address.
Yeah. So the minute I punch that bitch in my phone, these kids now today, they gotta look at that shit every time they go to that situation, to that address. We ain't had that shit back in the day. We was like, we know we had to make that turn on such and such, or it's gonna be a house on the corner that you look familiar. I know I turn right here. Nowadays, yo, you can tell these youngins they can come somewhere 20 times and they still got to punch that shit up in that phone. That's not growing up.
But-
That's lack of common sense. That's not growing up. I don't give a fuck what nobody
when you
says.
say that, right?
They
No, I'm
privy
with you on
to
that,
more
right?
shit,
But
though, on the internet, man.
on the back end of that, or on the front end rather,
You know what I'm saying?
it's so much stuff that goes into it. So this is an argument I had at school one day with a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that the kid parent with some shit. It's not my job. It's not my job to parent the child, and I get that. You know what I mean? You in there teaching. Who want to be trying to teach a kid and being accosted and being, having a kid physically be aggressive with you?
They got to know that environment. Though,
But
going into that motherfucker
when
a
I say
little
that,
bit.
I say this.
Not at all.
Schools have started the process of minimizing kids.
Mm-hmm.
You could not come to school. You could not come to school and get a 55 for the kid.
Yeah, so
You should have a zero, right?
So just showing up.
You should have a zero. If you didn't come to school for 4 quarters, if I don't never do no work, I don't turn no work, but I got a 55, right? So that means
you got a solid.
I got a solid F. Here we go though.
A high F.
Watch the hustle. I mean, I got 4 quarters of 55s, right?
Right.
If I go to summer school, what can happen?
You bump that joint up.
I can pass and I can pass with a 70 and finish the year out.
That's crazy.
If I get a B or A in summer school after doing a whole year of
you
nothing,
lit.
so what have we just done? We've just created mediocrity in a
in
whole
better
culture of
dumb-
kids.
Dumb shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
And guess what? Ain't no parents challenging it. My kid got passed.
I can't
Until
even
the-
see it, man. Like you talking about these 15 years, man. You realize like, not even with the kids and the parents, and I mean clearly, the olive branch when it comes to the relationships, friends and shit. This shit affected a lot of motherfuckers. It wasn't just parents and just the kids in that neighborhood.
But you can see the
So
beginning
just-
and end last year though.
I'm just saying, just thinking of
From on
Chavez,
last one.
to me, thinking of Chavez,
Shout out to you.
you are synonymous with Chavez. I mean, you think Chavez, you think Malcolm Battle. I mean, it ain't.
Oh no doubt.
But that's a problem.
I
For some
mean, you know
people.
what I'm saying,
That's
son?
a problem for some people. That's a huge problem for.
Big shoes to fill. I don't even know. So what type of even direction? I can't even see what type of the guy, whoever they get, or girl,
So
whatever they do.
So they hired Coach Pope. They hired Coach Pope who used to
Okay.
be an IT.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. And I just was
Congratulations, Pope. I need a gym this week.
I was just texting somebody saying he probably gonna get that back turned around. And we had a large contingency of kids leave.
Wow.
No, we not gonna do that. We not gonna do that. We ain't gonna do this, motherfucker. That's my boy, my sympathy, my coach. We not doing that shit.
It's not Roy Firestone.
Ain't nobody getting that shit back like Battle had it down Chavez. Them kids, whoever gonna be down there, athletes or not, they are not gonna have the opportunity to have guys like the things you were bringing to that school for them kids. They're not gonna ever have that. So you can
No.
Don't come on.
I was talking to high school. I was talking to
bullshit.
high school. More. Hey Smith, listen. The stuff that. So let's talk about that. How many times on Sundays?
Talk about them shits then.
On Sundays, did you brothers come over to that school? And I'm like, I'm using y'all. I use y'all. Y'all ran the mentoring program and didn't know y'all was running it.
Yeah,
How many
what
times
motherfucking money at them?
Man, you was volunteering, bro.
Nah, but I'm saying
You
No, it's
and
funny
all-
you said it because that was my point in saying who else gonna bring that to the organization? To that school period. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna tell you something. You don't know how proud I'll be, man, when I see like Marquis and them dudes, the twins, not the young twins and the older, all them twins, all Malcolm Clark,
School teachers.
all them dudes, and I speak Larry. You gotta think, Joe, them dudes was like just beginning to even play basketball. But just them being around the situation that he had them in
Furious Styles,
made them better on the court for sure, and off the court, which impressed me the most
Life
because
lessons, bro.
he made sure when they come to just speak to her, all them dudes, man, I done seen all them dudes, man, grow into good young men and be very respectful. And my whole thing is you had a nucleus there now that was on that way to being all them. How the fuck do they stop that bullshit though? Because to me now it goes back to they don't give a fuck. And it's not only charter schools. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you look at the in-house situation. Administrative just don't care no more. They don't give a fuck. That's what's bringing scholarships to your school. You know what I'm saying? Right now, they don't even give. It ain't no more school. They don't even come to the games. They go to work. Teachers come to the games back in the day. When little school shit. It's fucked up now. It's nowhere near the same. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is, this is me. I might be tripping. I don't think that Cedar Chavez know the fuck they
Okay, so we good. We just
about to miss out on
which I figured after they saw it, they just
with you not being there because
and all of this is.
I mean you right there. You grew up in the area. You know what I'm saying? You grew up in the whole area. You know everybody. It's no way.
It don't look like it's.
That's just. I mean I could be wrong. I don't know what's
We
going
biased in
on.
the motherfucker.
No,
I mean, we biased.
So he gonna say, man, go ahead with that. I don't want it to fail because ultimately, if it fail, who gonna lose out?
Yeah, the kids.
The kids gonna.
And I don't want
I
that.
could dig that. It's a fuck
I
up.
could be pissed off as much as I want to be, but I
No,
don't want.
the kids gonna definitely lose out. I'm just
It's a
saying.
shitty ass
I
situation.
need to do something about these people they getting in these motherfucking buildings, man.
Well, here's the next thing. If you coming down 295, right? It's the service road by Chavez. There's a huge sign that has how that community looks in 2030. And I had to walk our kids out there last year because for the first time in my 12 years as a coach, we had some community issues on the team. The communities ain't on it.
No, I understand.
I mean, Kenilworth is due to be closed in 2021.
Yeah, they go.
Gentrification.
Kenilworth, yeah, like
Gentrification is real.
we running rapid around here, killing each other, tattoos on our neck of these neighborhoods that won't exist in 5 to 10 years.
But they didn't know
That's
that
true.
people they weren't gonna be able to see.
No, I totally agree.
You
They're
don't think
wiping
that-
this shit off the map, dog.
My question to y'all is, y'all don't think these schools know that?
Like 58, they just wiping neighborhoods off the map. Like, fucking
Man, it's a grand planning
It's
place
like
that don't include us.
erasing fucking neighborhoods, Slip. Like real talk.
We don't have a problem.
And then you see them walking around with their little dogs and
you
boom.
know what's so whack? That's why I always give props to you, man.
They
You,
say it just look
Charlie Moe. I mean, all the man, Singletary, Powell,
jacket. If it was a
Water
white
from
jacket,
done by Rob at Roosevelt.
Ali
Wow.
even though it's testing.
I just don't see how the fuck y'all motherfuckers got the patience
no,
to deal with this shit, and that's why I be like, man, I be like,
I came and said, hey, this was the
y'all niggas paycheck should be off the chain, fucking with this shit out here.
Yeah, 5 figures.
Yeah, fucking with this crazy. This some crazy.
It's almost like
I'ma say this to y'all,
It's
though.
almost like you addicted to saving lives, really. I mean, that's what y'all do.
could.
That's why I
Looking
say
like
coaching on and off the court. It ain't not like, man, this nigga, like, we might be, it might be like 6 o'clock. Man, let me go run somewhere. Like, this kid just got shadowed. This kid just,
because I did it.
you ain't at work right now,
This
though.
is just that you told, and you called
But
back and say they want.
your
So what the
dedication
hell I'm gonna tell you? Don't.
and your love for
I'm gonna
what's
give you
going
what I was
on
gonna I did it.
allow you to be like, look, I'm going. I gotta go see what's up.
I think when you're a youth service worker
How can I
though,
tell you?
like
if I suggest
all them brothers you just called off, I don't think they 83 dudes. Like
That's what I'm saying. I said, like the white
whether we
people,
like each
great
other, don't
white
like each
people.
other, I don't think none of them dudes you call.
Burger
And it's a
shirt.
gang of people that work in them schools that don't have any coaching titles.
That's
For
saving
black?
lives.
Yeah,
That's stepping up.
But then we said,
If
I
you
want the
work
people
83
black.
in any of them places like that, any of them locales, you ain't serious. Them jobs are not 83 jobs,
You
man.
know, so.
Them jobs not
I
83.
gotta look it up because they even that cross might be
It could be 83 some days,
like if I had
but if you gonna wholeheartedly make an impact.
Hey, did you ever think, you know, like over the years, right? I mean, because obviously you've been into your own team, you know, your neighborhood, and running a program, not a team, but a program, right? That you would have a time where you can like, exhale. So like, now that this is, you know, officially you on a different path right now, like, what do you plan to do with your time, you know, in terms of, especially with
No idea. I'm
sharpening your sword and being a coach and
going out to watch guys that I've admired from afar, but you know, I'm in practice or I'm in workout, so I don't get a chance to watch them. Nah, I'm going in gyms and seeing what this brother do that I always, you know, like, and they really do this good. They really defend out of bounds plays well. Or they really good in the matchup zone. Like, let me go see what exactly dude's knowledge base is and add it to my repertoire.
so you're just gonna be a junkie,
Yeah.
like the junkie that you are, but
No,
you can freelance.
Hell, but bullshit, man. That motherfucker be with that motherfucking suit and that bow tie on at one of them schools.
I ain't coaching this shit.
This nigga be,
I'm not coaching nowhere this
this
year.
nigga be over that motherfucker coaching like a motherfucker.
Man, I'm not coaching nowhere this year.
I ain't doing this shit.
Oh no. I'm going back, but I ain't coaching this year though.
You ain't coaching society this year? You
Nah.
helping Charlie Measy out this year?
I ain't get no contract from Rick.
You ain't contract? Rick, we need these contracts, man. We need these contracts.
Rick Rosenhaus. Rick Rosenhaus.
He said Rick Rose.
Where the fuck is Rick Rosenhaus at?
Shout out to Charlie Measy, man. Rick, man, they getting that team together.
Tommy.
Yeah, we gonna scrimmage in the mod. This 5 we got right here. We gonna scrimmage that team in the team society tomorrow. And I hope Steve and Jason play. I'ma fry y'all motherfuckers. Again. Hey, now look at
If Steve play, I can play. If Steve, you hear me out there in the franchise, if you get out there, you play, I can play. That's no bullshit.
We need to get a couple rebounds. Nothing
I don't know if I
going
get no
to
rebounds. My
Nothing
timing
going-
might be off like a motherfucker.
Okay, nothing going to the offense with you.
We just need you to swing it.
Yeah,
Swing it.
No blue. We ain't
No,
we don't-
blue.
we don't-
Always
we
no
don't-
blue.
We don't know what on that one.
No, always.
We don't need him to swing nothing.
Listen,
We don't need him to swing
we
anything.
talking basketball talk, man.
Yeah, you know. Nah, but you always say, man, I be like going overboard with shit when this fucked up. They hiring the wrong motherfuckers in these schools, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Aaron, you just said you had 11 principals
In 15
in
years.
15 years. What the fuck kind of shit is that?
What kind of stability is that, yo?
That's like your new name. You Jason Campbell for the Redskins.
I
All them different offensive coordinators and shit, and you like, man, you gotta worry about all these motherfuckers.
but 10 that was like, man, look, the one positive we got is that this dude care about them kids, and this program gets them kids in schools. And if they don't get them in school, because everybody not a college basketball player, then they got some kind of plan of action.
Everybody not a high school basketball player.
No, and we had that, right?
Right.
But guess what?
But you got to keep some on the team.
Man, if I can make sure he ain't climbing in your window and ran away,
man, that come.
then
Yeah,
I'm going to keep him on the
ain't
team,
nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I agree with you on that.
Some took heed to it, some didn't.
Yeah, I ain't nothing wrong with that.
That discipline. I guess you had a lot of kids that just couldn't take that discipline too, right?
Yeah. I mean, some, yeah.
I don't know. Well, you had some, but at the same time, the majority and the ones got something out of it stayed understood.
Stay the course. I mean, even the ones that left, like, my battle is going too much. I consider them still to be my kids. I mean, I hope I ain't putting them out there, but Damone Long finished up at Wilson. I love that kid like he graduated.
With the jump shot with Rob Moores.
With the Morehouse. With the Morehouse. Ends up graduating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Morehouse.
That's another. Hold. Let's get back. That's another thing, though, Joe. You had kids come out of the program, graduate from college, though.
How many, man? How many was it?
That graduated from college in 12 years. We had.
That's crazy.
37 college graduates.
Man, that's unbelievable, yo.
Yeah, and you don't get that though.
Man.
Miss like.
Man, come on. So like you said, hey, you had 10. Hey, look, out of the lab, you had 10 good ass principles. I guess.
Nah. No. I had some really good principles. Whatever was going on the third floor with them in the board of trustees or whatever, it was outside my wheelhouse, right? But again, we were left to our own autonomy, and Liggins and Mo and Qua and Tim and Gil and
great staff too, though.
Crazy great staff.
Yeah.
Tony Cooks and
you had official.
Motherfucker ain't never gave me no job though.
Wouldn't take a job.
Me either,
Wouldn't
man.
take a job. You had a job. I would take a job.
I applied 20 times.
So hold on.
Hey,
true story.
Motherfucker told me to go to the other charter school.
Hey Joe, we go.
and then end up giving Drew the job.
Oh shit.
They end up giving Drew All-Stars the job. God damn, ain't this a setup?
I get the job, right?
This is a setup, Drew.
Ernesto
What's up,
calls me
Drew?
for the job. I said, "Cuz, what you want? What you think?" Ask him what his exact words.
He was faking
Man,
like
he
shit.
said, "Man, you crazy as
He
shit, man.
faking like shit.
I ain't coaching that shit, and I would advise you not to either."
Yeah, he out there pump faking like Charles Smith and shit.
Yeah, I pump fake.
Pump faking
Nah,
like shit.
Nah, I missed them kids though. I missed them crazy ass kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit, I miss going to that gym and seeing them fat ass perms though. Them aunts and shit. I be outside like, what's up, baby? Hey, then what you do? I be having my little shower and shit on. Like, what you do? I be like, nothing. They like, all right, meet
You gonna be
me
special sister.
Hey, clearly this fool ain't heard about the Me Too
He's
movement
the
going on.
parental advisor.
You clearly haven't heard this Me Too movement going on.
Fuck that movie. They ain't got me on shit. Yeah, the fuck. Nah, but no bullshit, man. It ain't no Chavez without motherfucking Malcolm Bowden in that motherfucker. That's how I look at it.
Hey Slim, man, you was just as humble as a motherfucker too. When I found out, Joe, and I saw you that day, I didn't even I don't be on a whole rack of that shit, the social media, Twitter shit and all that, but
Nah, I mean,
that
it
shit
wasn't
was devastating,
a lot to be said. Peace, I'm out. We had a good run. I mean, shit. We had a great run there at a place that didn't have anything. Like, I remember saying,
huh?
I remember you and Kurt, we saw Kurt Bone.
I'm on day one. I'm like, I say,
Molly.
I said, these motherfuckers, you could have a long years of this motherfucker.
You was working your magic.
Man, that motherfucker stuck with that shit, and all of them got better.
A lot of them jokers want to play. They might not have been taught. So I understood we weren't going to get the best products out of the city, right? There's too many opportunities and options for you. So we just get in the gym and grind. And then when I can't get in the gym with you, I'm going to steal y'all asses on Sunday mornings and throw their ass in there with them and let them get pushed around by all these great dudes that came out the city and get mentored by them. We got the win-win.
It was the win-win like shit. Cause I remember when I used to still play.
It's the
I used to be up
win-win.
that motherfucker.
It's the win-win.
And it was very well needed in that neighborhood, man, that community for them kids, man. Like, you know, to have motherfuckers say what's up to them and tell them what's up, their stories and stuff like that. Damn. Everybody,
I probably I missed the kids day today. I probably missed that more than anything. Them Sundays, the opportunity, not only the fellowship with my homies, but that them
kids
kids
get
got
to
to
see
be,
that.
yeah, them kids got
Yeah.
to see like, cause you know all y'all stuff ain't on YouTube, and I mean some of y'all, you know what I'm saying, like they can't go YouTube Ducky Vaughn, they can't go YouTube Stacey Rob.
And that was listening like back in the day. I'm growing up Eastern Branch. Uncle Ratney taking I'm looking at Adrian Danley up there, Jones, Delonte Taylor, motherfucker, all them. I'm
All
like,
books.
damn.
You looking at real
Yeah,
certified.
you gotta
official
wait your
books.
games to play, and you like, man,
These niggas.
but
Like,
you there though. You know what I'm saying? The Duckies and the James Rat Chips, and you like, damn, I'm over them.
So I'm gonna do something that I normally wouldn't do, right? But them dudes down at gym on Sunday morning last year, we had a student at the school. Whatever was going on in his house, his mother could not pay the water and electric. Like 8:31, and 8:31, I would never forget that number. I need to play it. Man, them dudes paid that kid electric and water bill for us. Man, Malcolm, man, you open that gym up every Sunday morning for us. I ain't gonna say their names because they probably don't want no attention. But one walk with you every Sunday, Saturday. Came through in a heartbeat. Them
Damn.
dudes kept, man, I'm fine.
That's love, yo.
And my school told me they couldn't help. Because if I do it for them, then I gotta do it for the next kid. That's not my problem right now. This kid.
Right.
No, we used to get together at Chavez days, man. Everybody take the shoes down the jump,
Chavez would be
bag
great
of shoes
days
for the
down there,
kids. I
man.
mean, they ain't. I think
We
the
should
most
have
the
been
most
paying
hurt
out that way, man.
them kids ain't gonna get that same situation.
Epic being down there, Slim. Real talk.
What you think about? I'm gonna ask Wes on the situation with the inner city kids, because Wes in another area, uptown. What's the situation up there? How y'all look at that situation compared to our Ward 7 situation? As far as kids flip flopping schools, you got your Dunbars, you got, you know, where you grew up at. I mean, because we fucked up around out here, and I ain't saying y'all ain't.
No, I think it's.
I'm just saying
I think it's
support.
messed up in the whole.
Support. No, the city fucked up.
Yeah.
But support wise, how do y'all go about handling y'all youngins up that way?
No, it's a lot different from way back then. Cause I went to a game, but when I went to, you know, I seen Dunbar and Roosevelt play a couple times, but it was a lot of parents. It was a lot of parents there, because I can really remember parents there, because I was cursing, and one of the parents kept telling me, you know, but I've seen a lot of parents on both sides, but it's not nearly, the gym was nearly as packed like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? It looked crazy. The kids almost like the same age as the parents now, so it looked different. It's like the, you know,
Yeah, the
kids and the parents are growing up together.
Back in the day, you knew who somebody's mother was.
Right.
Now you be like, man, who that? They like,
All that time to that though. Like, it ain't nothing for you to have a kid get his paperwork, and he's 14 with a gun charge, and his co-defendant is a 27-year-old. Like,
Mhm.
and the kid, like, you clearly see the kid got an opportunity to be a talented athlete, right? That would have never happened in our era. And I hate to, and I'm not big on this era, our era, this era. Man, them dudes around our way would have kicked me in the ass if I'd have tried to do something like that.
I'm gonna say this to you though. I will say this. I'm not disagreeing with you at no point at all. I just think it was stuff going on like that back in the day, but it wasn't as popular and noticeable. Cause you had some situations like, damn, that's boom, but it wasn't as noticeable as now. Cause you think back, it was some crazy shit going back then. I mean, because you had kids,
And I might just not been privy to it.
you had kids catching charges with their parents. We ain't gonna sugarcoat
Right.
that part. We not gonna do that.
Oh no, I wasn't saying catch a charge.
No, I know. I'm saying you was. I ain't saying.
I'm talking about like the big homie around.
No,
the way,
I'm
you
just
know,
saying.
you
Yeah,
gotta
and the
change.
homies. That's what I'm saying. So we had that, but it just wasn't as noticeable. It's just so noticeable now. I'm not gonna be.
Yeah, we ain't no phones then. We ain't no phones.
It's like it's like right now. It's like boom. I think back then, the older people, they cared a little more. Don't get me wrong on that. On that one, I think they was a little more savvy than what's going on right now to actually guide a young fella or young lady into, you know, being better in life and exploring more things and getting some out of life. Whereas to now it's like it's just so open, man. It's like everybody didn't grow up yet. You get what I'm saying? Like everybody didn't grow up. Like we couldn't do certain stuff around older people. Like right now, you got like 13-year-old motherfuckers smoking weed around motherfuckers that's 30.
They more
You get what I'm saying? Cussing on the. See,
they're doing more dumb
Kenny,
shit.
have you ever been out of school before?
You get what I'm saying? It's like right now, this shit is so disrespectful.
So this summer, right? This summer school let out. Them jokers go across the street. Staff, you know, staff go out for they got this thing called Safe Passage now, where staff make sure that nothing going on in the community. Them jokers go across the street. Literally, they standing across from the principal.
Roll the J.
Rolling. They rolling. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, so I go across the street like me and Tim. Hey man, look, man, y'all do what y'all do. I know at this point I can't stop y'all, but don't be disrespectful, man. It ain't everybody's business to know that y'all smoke like this, man. Won't y'all just go down the street or go inside the community? Respect battle, man. I'm like, hey man, that's your principle though. Like you can't be getting
they be trying to carry the principle.
Yeah,
like,
they don't even give a fuck.
Man, the youngins do it out here. When they put up on this store, they just come around here. They get out in the parking lot, and while they wait on the food, they just fire up in front of anybody.
Like it don't even matter.
Smoking in front of.
We had a parent.
Anybody.
We had a parent come up to the school going off because her 13-year-old got suspended for some weed. She's like, weed legal. Weed legal for who though? Weed ain't legal for no fucking kid. Huh?
Cause she burning with the child.
Man, where they be getting this weed from though?
Man, they be got license. In DC, you don't need it, but what you gotta be 21? Most of the youngins they get all you need is your driver's license.
Man, this shit be crazy. Joe, you go, it's weed everywhere this mama.
Good weed.
I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke weed.
Okay.
On Friday.
Bill caught wrong.
No bullshit. It's fucked up out here though, man. But
ask yourself though, how many kids that didn't go to Chavez that came through that gym?
Yeah, no bullshit.
That y'all help.
Right.
I say y'all because
but that's what I'm saying. So
Ralph Guthrie.
It was just the Chavez atmosphere.
Yeah, I know.
That was so cool to everybody. Like, man, I got who you like, man, he go to Sunset. Coaches come down the joint.
I would never forget the dude at the JUCO in Kansas coming to watch Marquis play on a Sunday.
With Mobley?
Nah, he was at what was it? I cannot think of that school. Jay is at Hutch now. But he was at another school in that Jayhawk conference. And Ralph and Phil was down there hooping. This fool gets all three of them, takes them back out to Kansas. They become a top 5 ranked JUCO team. All of them end up playing Division I basketball.
I have a question for you. At what point we gonna hold the parents accountable? We haven't touched on the parents part in all this.
In which part?
In all of it.
All
in
knowledge of?
In raising, bringing up their kids.
I'm not sure if it was Kenny or if it was Kurt.
No, we say that because the parents are basically raising. I mean, the kids and the parents are basically raising each other. Parents are so young.
So you don't want to ask me that because I'm gonna offend some people. Because
that's a good question.
I'm gonna
tell you what's a good question. And you might answer a little differently, or it might be the same. You know what I think it is right now? I'm not saying this wasn't going on back in the day. So don't get me wrong on that. Right now, man, I just think it's a motherfucking situation where a lot of these females and males have multiple baby mothers and baby fathers, meaning these kids not growing up in stable households to even be programmed to a typical 9 to 3 school day. Come home and eat a meal, go outside, come back, have fun. That's my daily routine.
Kids
Right
ain't
now,
going
it's so
outside,
like,
man.
go with your father.
No, 'cause
Go with your
you see,
mother.
People saying
Right
when they say
now-
the kids don't go outside. I work somewhere where they go outside.
No, I didn't say they
Yeah,
don't go
no.
outside. I didn't say they go, but they going outside in different situations. Mean
They
that we
going
were
outside doing other shit.
mean,
We was going outside to do activities.
No.
These
that's what I'm
jokers
saying.
is reckless outside.
Get back to what I said. I just think that it's multiple situations now where motherfuckers got 5 and 6 different baby mothers and baby fathers, where it's no stability for them to understand how to interact or how to be a normal fucking kid growing up in a solid, stable household.
Right, because on the weekend,
Get what I'm saying?
No.
like
On the weekends, you got to
you
drop
you
your
go
son off
him,
with it.
you go him,
Yeah.
you go him. They all gone.
That-
together.
that's what I'm saying.
What is
No,
it called?
no.
Blended families.
No,
But that's the
but
point
it
I'm
is-
making.
Ain't blended shit though.
Nah, but I mean,
No, but what it is,
we
we
got
had
Kenneth
It's just
touched on
called
the
blended
same
families, right?
we was back then. We had more, it was more 2-parent family home, and then because a wife wasn't gonna leave her husband for no bullshit, real quick. They were dependent on it.
It was 2-parent
Now-
family homes, or it might have been a strong ass stepfather or stepmother.
Yeah, but now they
well,
women,
you know who it was.
Or
now
you-
it's like that's just
the women so independent.
or you-
They-
that's just my mother friend.
Or you had a neighborhood dude.
Yeah.
Sean and Jimmy Knight father
No,
with Palace in the station
No, but
wagon.
That's the point I'm making. I'm
Charlie
saying
Moe father.
right now it's like it is too much. Like now shit, the
Well,
youngest friends be fucking their mothers.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? They next be going to school together and shit and be fucking a nigga mother. As long as you bring that weed home, go ahead, get you some. That's how they living right now.
Shit sound
Stability is fucked
Sound
up.
like 8 Mile or some shit. Like Eminem.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
It's way. Now you got motherfuckers like we sit around and laugh and joke,
Motherfucking
right?
trailer park.
We
shit.
laugh and joke like a motherfucker.
My homeboy fucking my mama.
A
That's crazy.
motherfucker, like I said it a while ago. A motherfucking mother
Crazy
walked
little
through.
motherfucker, yo.
Back in the day, you know that's some
Right.
such mother.
That type shit.
Nowadays, a mother walk through, man, she fat as a motherfucker. These your friends, your teammates saying that shit
So what
now
would you do
with
about
no like thinking about that shit. You get what I'm saying?
But the question was, when do we hold a parents accountable?
Yeah, right.
No, that I'm making a point by saying that's why I said it was a great question, because these parents are getting away with this shit and the kids are being penalized for their actions because they haven't had the discipline to know what respect this really is. We knew how, Joe, that's our grandma, our uncle. Oh, that's Kenny mother. We're not gonna do JB mother. No, we knew that shit.
I'm 46 years old, and if
You
one of
get
y'all
what I'm
mamas
saying?
walking in right now, I'm not gonna curse.
No, I can dig that.
No, I'm cursing all day long, man.
I'm not cursing in front of your mother.
Oh no, no.
No,
I ain't
that's
talking.
what I
No,
said,
I'm
that's
talking
what
the
I'm
show.
saying.
I'm talking the show.
No, I'm talking about
Oh,
if one of y'all
yeah,
mamas,
no,
I'm
that-
not cursing in front of her.
That's the shit that we had growing up. Right now, it don't even matter right now.
If I curse,
I'm gonna tell you why it don't really matter right now to these kids, because the parents cursing around the kids so much. They saying the same. They speaking the same slang that the kids know. What's up, Mo? You know what I'm saying? Oh, what the fuck, man? Oh, go give me a J. Oh, that shit some bullshit. Oh, that shit some gas. These parents talking to fucking kids.
So they making their kids like their friends and
Yeah,
shit.
get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
That's half the bad.
These parents fucked up. Great,
And then the other
great
half- the other
situation,
half-
Juju.
So-
So I go with y'all
percentage-
on that, right? I go with y'all on that. So going back to working in education, if I know that I'm getting JB out of a bad situation with regards to his parental oversight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that then mean as the school that's taking him in, then I'm gonna fucking give you the bare minimum as well?
No,
We
that's
just as
crazy.
complicit as the fucking
Fuck
parents now.
no.
Right.
We just as
no.
complicit.
That's what I'm saying. That's them the people they got in them schools. So then you got to deal with the parents coming at the school when something happened. oh, you ain't sending my motherfucking kid like. So then the people they got in these schools, they looking at like, oh, we can't send him to Lord John, cause Keisha then came up here and acted a fool in her pajamas.
Agreed.
And I ain't, and Rose in the motherfucking head.
Rose in the head.
I ain't trying to get fucked up, so shit. I just want my paycheck.
You don't pay me enough. Or you don't
Now,
The parents want y'all to raise their kids too, though.
versus the back
You know
in the
what I'm
day,
saying?
you go to them in school, you got motherfucking teachers and principals and hall monitors saying, yeah, bring your father up this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Bring him up.
They used to get hit in school.
Yeah, ain't nothing-
They used to hit us in school.
Ain't none of that shit
Hey,
going
Slim.
on no more.
They used to hit
Moses,
us
you like,
in-
yeah,
you remember that? When they used to
Moses,
hit us
like,
with
bring your
rules and shit
father,
in
you
school?
don't matter.
Yeah, I went to private school. So
You get what I'm
Oh.
saying?
you
It's just fucked
You
up.
remember
right?
getting hit with the ruler in school?
The bottom line, Kenny, is there anything we can do about this shit?
Up in Amadon Elementary School, nigga, they used to hit us with the motherfucking rulers,
Man,
man.
I don't know what we're gonna do these days. They ain't gonna.
You can't get suspended now. You can't get suspended.
How
You
can
can't even
not
discipline
do
you.
it?
You can't even discipline kids.
You- oh,
so
no.
You can't.
Nah,
Did every kid got passed or some shit?
damn near. I mean, shit. I just told you, you not go to class and get a 55.
Yeah, we fucked up out here, y'all.
Right. You,
So how's
you
it?
can't.
How's it?
It's no more. They changed that. Like you can't even get a.
Can't get a zero.
Right. You can't get a zero. No, they gotta
You
give
can't
you.
get a zero. I got
Just
to
for
get
showing up, you get something.
If,
No,
if you don't do
you
nothing
don't
on your
show up.
test, that's like a 55.
It's a
like,
55.
Yeah.
You can't get nothing lower than a 55.
That's a solid
You are
F, too.
creating a.
That's a good F.
But here we go. At the
That's a
beginning of
pretty
this school
decent
year,
F, yeah.
they tried to do it in Montgomery County, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
nah.
nah.
Ain't no
Hell
more
you
F's.
won't do that
No
shit.
F's and all that.
Yeah, if I give you a 55, it gives you an opportunity to pass in the summertime. All this is data driven, man. All this is data driven. I remember being on the show one time and getting into a heated debate with somebody that was messaging in about the Baloo piece. And I was like, man, look, that's what schools do. They do marketing. Because you're gonna get promotional material that's gonna say 99% of our kids got accepted into college, right? Oh man, I'm gonna send my kid Malcolm Battle Charter School. They 99% accepted college acceptance rate.
Right.
What you don't know is accepted and attended is two different words. Because 99 got accepted, 99% ain't attended. That's the first thing. The second thing is junior colleges and community
Some
colleges
Trump shit.
can't. What you call? You can not have a high school diploma and go to a junior college, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get you to apply to these junior colleges and community colleges, so I can put on this board. We got this acceptance rate. Now then we don't ask these questions. How many kids finish the first year? How many kids graduate?
That's crazy.
If we know the kid ain't college ready, if Malcolm Battle not college material, why would you send me to create debt for myself at Norfolk State? I can't do the schoolwork. I barely got through it, y'all.
But you passed them on.
You
with
passed
this
me
shit.
on.
But
you
that's
passed
been
me
going on
into
for
the
a while,
situation.
though.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
So they come now they come home with debt, right? But why wouldn't you send a kid over DOES to get a trade where he making 40, 50,000 in 2 years? Because you're eliminating that upper middle class that we used to have in our communities.
Yeah, true.
It's systemic, man. And we don't even see the game that's
And
being
I
played.
think that a lot of people got to look at.
We see it, them parents don't see that shit.
Nah,
Yeah,
we
but-
don't see.
but-
Even
Guess
brothers
what?
like ourselves don't even see.
And I don't
They
give a
don't-
fuck
we
what
don't-
nobody's saying, and they can say I'm tripping. I'm gonna just say this, and we gonna pimp on one other thing before we close the show. If you think about this shit, now y'all really think about this shit. What was that little jail back in the day? Is it still? They still got Oak
Yeah,
Hill?
DYS over Mount Oliver Road.
Oak Hill? They still got Oak Hill?
They got down low, all that stuff.
They got the Oaks and Low, the little
Yeah,
boys
right
village and
beginnings.
all that shit.
Lynn
going.
Mills
I mean,
and
like,
all that
nah.
other shit.
It's DYS.
So it's all in
DYS.
one now.
Yeah, it's all in one.
I don't give a fuck with nobody saying they can kiss my ass on this one. When they closed down that Lorton prison system and stopped locking these motherfuckers up at 17 or 18, that fucked the whole shit up for the whole community, for the city, Joe. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Cause these motherfuckers still out here doing and ain't know where to place these motherfuckers. To discipline them, and they're not hiring the right motherfuckers to put these motherfuckers in homes or organizations or youth programs to get them right. Because jail wasn't always the way. Don't get me wrong on that. I'm not agreeing with that. But by that whole prison system being shut down, just my opinion, I think it gave more leeway for these youngers to be like, they ain't gonna do lock me up. I'll be out tomorrow.
Oh no, you put the box on my ankle.
Yeah,
I put the box.
I'll be
on
out
my
tomorrow. And the kid, I hate to bring him up. Charlie, what's my man's name? Basketball.
Play for us last year.
Page.
No.
Oh.
No.
I know you're talking about.
High school young.
Yeah.
Bad motherfucker. They give you another chance. But you come around all the shit that you can't handle. Nobody right there. You got the box on. What's my name? From Wilson?
Boy.
Khalid.
Boy. Keon.
Keon Boyd. And we had an issue on the show with the month, and I still say today, y'all bro, fuck you. You can say what you want. You had a big part to do with that shit. Talking about we don't know what's up. Same old shit. In the same situation. So fuck all that bullshit, man. These prison when that motherfucking Lorton was mean. Meaning like you knew you doing wrong. You go in that motherfucker for a whole lot of years, and you gonna get your shit right. Right now, you know what you doing? You going to the precinct, they write the charge up, boom, then your ass out. They giving you so many, you caught, you Raleigh Road, boom, 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 do it again. They're like daring you to do it again, do it again, do it again.
You know what it's called, right?
Then you gonna keep doing it again, and then you're like, damn, I'm done.
Those that's watching your show that work in education gonna know
cycle
exactly what I'm about to say. It's called prison to pipeline system.
That's crazy.
It's called prison to pipeline.
Yeah, motherfuckers don't understand that shit.
It's
Though.
called prison to pipeline.
Motherfuckers don't understand that shit.
I can if one of y'all are my teachers, right? I can walk into a classroom, get nose to nose with you, have a physical confrontation, and possibly be back in your classroom in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man,
And then
come
when
on,
you
Joe.
argue with people above you about why that's not, we gotta teach them some line in the sand type stuff to cut them behaviors. Oh, now we can't do that. So they have these things called restorative practices now, right? I think one of the twins, Adrian, I believe Warren, was talking about it earlier on social media. Restorative practice is the biggest crock of bullshit out. Because when these kids get into the adult world and do that nonsense, ain't no restorative practice for them. They going into them privatized jails.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally pipeline to prison nonsense.
And they trying to get money too. The prisons, they
Oh,
get
you,
involved with too.
I'm sometimes
So you
trying to figure out
you got
what
the charter school trying to get money, you got the prison trying to get money.
it's,
I mean,
it's
God
money
damn,
and
Joe.
poverty. The biggest, man, is money and poverty, man.
Yeah, real talk.
Huge money and poverty. The mentor programs that don't really service them kids,
They
is money
want
and
them
poverty.
kids to be fucked up so
Yeah.
they can get money.
So you get that cash.
You get more money.
That for-profit.
Federal grants, all that stuff.
They want that kid to be fucked up.
Please.
It's huge money and
Now,
poverty.
motherfucker told me one.
fucked up.
Motherfucker told me one time.
Please be a crack baby.
Motherfucker told me one time. Motherfucker told me one time and say, "Go get all the fucked up kids, and you sign up, and I'm gonna give you some money." What you mean by fucked up kids? Get all the kids that keep
And I
getting
know
in trouble.
exactly what
Go
I'm
get
saying.
all the
What's
kids
up,
that keep getting in trouble and no. To do what? Why would I go? No, I'm gonna go get them and put them on the level where I'm gonna talk to them and hope they get better. You want me to get them and enroll in what you're doing so you can get.
That bag.
Oh, so you enrolled it? So you enrolled in the program.
You
You
get
take
what I'm
that. You
saying?
take that
Yeah.
Medicaid. You bill Medicaid for mental health services.
Yeah,
mentoring.
you get that cash.
You get the bag.
I already know.
Kid might be seen once every 2 months.
I know that world, yo.
Somebody that became a millionaire off that
Hey,
program.
West, that's
Kid
we
running
need a
around
wing.
fucking
We need-
Ward 7, Ward 8.
We are
fucked up.
one psychology ward wing. That's what the cash is, yo.
Man, these kids drive me crazy, man. I'm trying to talk to these kids, man.
Man, they wild as shit.
They know everything. And I be telling them all the time. I said, boy, I had somebody telling me the shit I'm telling you right now.
Mm-hmm.
But these kids right now, you can't tell them
I
nothing.
can't tell nothing.
And they're the most dangerous motherfuckers out there, too. You can't really, truly fuck with them.
So in that aspect, I was
They lose
blessed.
cannons, Joe.
I was in that aspect. I was blessed because
Yo, young is crazy.
Them
You
kids
can't
listen.
even tell them
The
motherfuckers
youngest are crazy.
about the clothes they wear. They don't match. You like you ain't match. Like shit. this purple gold, this motherfucker, what's the you
Gold or
like?
some whatever the
You don't.
fuck.
You don't even supposed to match.
Yeah, right.
Like,
It don't even
it's
matter.
a
That
match
shit-
that gone
It don't
out.
even matter to them no more.
if you
But
match, you doing too
I'm-
much.
I'm-
Yeah,
They say you doing too much.
I'm
You
gonna keep
match.
going back to
You're right.
if I know a kid coming in from a bad situation, then I gotta take some accountability in school,
Joey,
right?
man, what-
How am I let a
what is
kid
that,
walk
man?
into school with a bonnet on?
I'm looking for that mouth on way. I want to
Slippers.
smack the shot in.
Who goes to school like that? Like who lets a child come into a school with a
No.
bonnet, scarf,
That's what I'm
slippers?
saying.
Mothers
Cause
come
the
in
parents
with
coming in like that.
Stop that shit at the door. Adult or child. You
That's
can't come in my
crazy.
building like this. This is not acceptable. Nah, we can't do that. I
Then,
mean,
then
ladies,
it's all they too strict. Battle too
the
strict.
principal did it in Houston. They had outrage. She was like,
Yeah,
"Can't
she
nobody
scared
come
to
in my
stand
building like
there.
this. It's not acceptable." Like we just allow anything now, man.
Yeah, like I never thought about. I'm gonna fight my teacher.
That's
I don't
crazy.
care how
That's
the
what
teacher.
they
the-
did. Right now, they that's what
They
do now. Kenny.
fight the teachers, man. I never thought about fighting the teachers.
Because they are
Hey.
hiring the wrong motherfuckers in the building.
Well,
Ken,
you
I had
can't
a motherfucker-
touch
I seen
the
a
kid. You
tell
can't even yell at
you
them no more.
You can't even
so
say
you
shit
just-
to them kids. But that's from above. Like I'm trying to imagine me in the 10th or 9th grade telling not only a teacher but a female teacher, "Fuck you, bitch."
Cause they tell their
Like-
mama, fuck you, bitch, though.
I'm trying
If
to
you tell your
imagine.
motherfucker
I'm
you
trying to
bitch, then what
imagine
you
how
gonna
that
do?
worked out when I got back to my mother house.
Hey Slim, the worst thing you can have, like, and we talking finite shit. Fuck the teaching and all. We talking about coaching, which is teaching too, right? And you got a kid, right? Real talk. You got a kid that will tell their mother or their father, "Fuck you, nigga." How you gonna coach that motherfucker? He tell his
Just tell his
mother.
mother father that.
He
yeah.
tell his mother, father, "Fuck
So
you,
imagine what
nigga."
the fuck gonna tell you.
So what chances you got, Slim?
We gonna have to cut.
You swimming upstream? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because
You swimming upstream, Joe.
Because what I'm about to say is
You like a
completely
motherfucking
off
salmon,
line,
yo.
right? That's not happening.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, it shouldn't have.
And
It's-
we're gonna have a conversation about how you talk to your mother.
Yeah, it's
I mean, 'cause
crazy.
that's
That's what I'm
everything.
saying. It's
That-
all the way
that-
fucking red. It's always fucked up.
If your father letting you talk to him, your father got a bigger issue than I can't handle.
Yeah,
Right?
but your father ain't around.
Yeah, so your father ain't around, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So your father ain't around. So I'm gonna assume that nobody has taught you that as a black man we don't talk to our sisters like that. And if we got to have this conversation again, then we gonna have a conversation and it's not gonna work out well for neither one of us.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I agree. And you know, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do, man. We gonna.
And I'm probably wrong for
No,
saying
no,
that.
you're not.
Ed.
No, you.
No,
You
because I
absolutely
work in
right.
education, right?
No, you
But at some
absolutely right.
point, you're gonna have to
We
understand,
gon-
like, this not what you do.
You are.
You gonna have to
absolutely
have a fear of
right.
something in your
you,
life.
You are absolutely right. So guess what? The next show, I'm gonna say the next show gonna be about these. No, there's no disrespect to none of these young ladies, none of these moms. I'm gonna put it out there, and we're gonna go on to another show, another time. We're gonna close out. I'm laughing because it was a joke on Facebook the other day when a lady put a little picture of some kids playing football, and was like, it was a little joke. She was like, "I done gave this nigga all this pussy. My kid can't get no time in the game." You see that? So I'm laughing at it,
Yeah.
but I'm looking at it and like, that's when the lack of father shit come through, because most of these ladies, these parents, are fucking these motherfucking so-called coaches, so their kids can be on the team getting time. So you know what we're gonna do? That's gonna be a whole topic right there on the next show. It might be another show down the line.
Yeah.
The Bama coaches that be fucking them
Because
up.
the moms shouldn't even be out there all the time taking the kids to the practice.
They're not going to see their kid. They going
Right.
to, yeah, they going to see.
Well, certain coaches like to see that shit too. You know, you see them like, damn, look at Shorty. Like, he ain't got
That's when you
nobody.
know they ain't in the-
And then
you know.
the coach like, I'm gonna take Shorty home.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
The
what?
coach start taking the little
That's
guy
speaking your
home, and the
mentality.
mother start liking that and shit. And the next thing you know,
That's speaking your
guess.
mentality. You in this
Just
shit for the
smacking
wrong
belly.
motherfucking reason.
Well, no, exactly.
If you
But you see,
innately
no,
are working
you don't
with
see
young
it.
people.
You don't see it all the time. No.
And I saw it a lot when I worked in youth sports at the Boys and Girls Club. Like,
So now, you haven't been offered womb from some of these kids. Let us keep that. I don't fuck this bullshit. I'm not saying you accepted the invitations, but you haven't been offered.
Did you have an inquiry?
In high school?
Was
In
there
high
any
school?
inquiries?
In the high school?
Yeah.
No.
Any pussy inquiries?
No, I'm dead ass serious. And it
You
probably
you too serious.
no, because they probably gonna like this nigga
No,
asshole.
no, you are too serious.
Never, ever. And I ain't trying to be an ass, and I hope this don't.
None of your kids.
I didn't even know that many fucking parents.
Okay,
That's the sad thing in this
no,
shit.
No. See, I like the way you
So
try
the
to. I like the way you try to.
deflect-
Like, yeah,
It
that,
deflected
that's
that
you,
shit
right?
real
Little
good.
Bruce
Ain't
and
no
Flint ass
deflecting.
nigga.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, where I have,
Oh, Nickelberg.
and I didn't turn a lot of shit down because y'all kids be sorry as shit, and I be goddamn, I put that motherfucker in for some motherfucking wound because there's too much wound out here. We're gonna close the show tonight. Got my motherfucking man Juju on the scene, cameraman, Coach Battle, you know, JB, and my man Kenny West. Hey, we out here. We gonna talk about all this shit this week, maybe shit, and we gonna be good, man.
We
We
have a
close.
second show.
Hey, Charlie Moe, I hope y'all running sprints right now, motherfucker. Midnight Madness for Team Society. You
gotta be the only
sorry
ticket price at 9 o'clock.
motherfuckers. Nah, we out. Good job.